Hey everybody, welcome back to another Severe Weather Center forecast. And in today's video, that the storm system has gotten worse. And we're going to be going over that in this video. So this is the current day 1 category outlook. This is what the severe weather threat could consist of today. We have two orange boxes. That means there is an enhanced risk or a significantly elevated risk of severe weather across the orange shaded portions. Now, the yellow is a slight risk. It's elevated, but not as much as an enhanced risk. And then the green, you guys not going to get much. And then the lighter green, again, not going to get much. The general threat for today is large tornadoes up here and large winds and hail down here. And I can show you guys on a better map. Let me just pull that up. If we go over to day 1 tornado, I can see there's a yellow kind of boxed area, and this means there's a 10% of EF2 plus or very strong tornadoes. The brown is 5% and the green is 2%. I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually add a risk down here, but and then oops, wrong way. I'll show you guys. There is a day 2 and day 3. Well, day 2, day 3 still don't know much, but day 2 I'll show you guys in a second. If we come down here to hail and wind, the greater threat for that other orange box that I showed you, not the one up here, but not the one up here, but the one down here. This is more for hail and wind. If we come over here, see, the wind risk is mainly for the storms that will fire down here in Texas and Oklahoma. If we head on over to day 2 categorical, there's another enhanced risk, or that orange shaded region, for parts of Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, and Nebraska. Again, this is more of an I feel like this is more of a centered risk, and this risk will be, right now it's centered on very large tornadoes, EF2 plus, again, with that 10% or SIG area or significant area for EF2 plus or strong tornadoes, if you don't know what EF2 is. If we come over the hail, again, pretty much I think everything in this threat for there, and the wind threat, there's not going to be much. So this is more of a hail and tornado threat, and all of the enhanced region right there. Yellow, you guys will see storms, but not as significant as the ones here. And if we take a look at day 3, for fun, again, another enhanced risk of severe weather. This time for, again, same parts as we're seeing today, just farther east instead of where it is over here today. And I now that it's happening, I can show you guys like the threats, how strong they're going to be, stuff like that. Not much, just an enhanced risk, elevated risk. I'm guessing the main threat's gonna be tornado and hail, but it could be something worse. But the unique thing is, the slight risk goes all the way from Michigan all the way down to Texas. So there's a lot of uncertainty still in this general area. They're getting more secure down here, but they don't know about through this yellow region because of how big it is. It's kind of rare to see storms come all the way up here and all the way down there. And then there is still a day 4. That would be after the storms ever happen in Michigan. This again would be another Iowa day, Missouri day, still Oklahoma, Texas, and Missouri and Arkansas day, not Missouri. Now let's get into the actual models. Let's see what the models are saying. So if we go on into the HRRR, or HRRR, if we come down here to regional and come over to the central United States, you can see that in the coming hours, this is what the current model is showing. We have these very intense storms firing in the northern enhancers. This is where the tornado threat is. I wish I could overlay this, but I can't. The tornado threat's right here, approximately, give or take a few miles. It's right here. If we run the model that it's updated to, you can see that this model run it's showing more of a damaging wind threat through here and through here, which is weird. But any embedded supercells or storms that get out ahead of this, like, kind of prefrontal, anything that gets out ahead of this can become tornadic. That's why they have that 10%. Now, if we come on down to, I don't know why, come on down to South Central, you can see here's the storms down here beginning to fire. We have some of these, which right now, with the data that's currently loaded, the 9 hours out, this is showing them just becoming rain showers and the storms forming more over here. Now that could change, give or take. It could change. These could fire and these may not fire, or, they could both fire. But let's take a look at the severe weather, like the Cape, Energy Helicity, stuff like that. So if we look at supercell composite, which is basically like how strong can these storms get in a certain amount of time, and right now this is what they're very high values, which is why there's that 10% up there. I'll show you. This is in South Central. You can see that it just explodes. I'll show you guys what sounding. So supercell composite. Up here's where that kind of tornadic threat is. You can see these strong values, just high values here. And I'll even give you guys like a little actual kind of zoom in. Look, okay. That's a 35 value here. We click on it. This is called a hodograph. This is what displays if the storm is rotating. So if you ever see a curved, if you guys ever see a curved up thing, like how this red line is, how that is, that means that there could be a TOR, or TOR for short, for tornado, down there. That's what that means if you ever see those, by the way. But very strong values up in here, so any storms that can really get spinning down here has the chance, but the greatest threat is definitely up there where those high 30 to 40 values. That is really rare to see. Yes, it's not impossible to see, but it's rare to see. And again, here's where the extreme risk, that 10% hatched risk is. Right there. You can see extremely high values. There's the main you can see, too, where the prefrontal is, like where the first line is. You can see it's right there. And anything that gets below it will become tornadic. The HRRR is most accurate, so I'm just going to stay on this. If we take a look at hodographs, you can see every hodograph is curved. Not necessarily there. Curved. Even out in front's curved. With Cape values reaching 3,000, which is, it's rare, but it's rare to see 4 to 5,000, which is what it's displaying now, which is why there's that 10%. But it's rare, but it's not impossible. And that, here's the updraft helicities. This is what it could show for storms that fire. Here, I'll give you a radar perspective. So this black outline here means it's spinning or it's rotating in the updraft. And you can see those tiny black kind of those like outlines. And you can see they just train down the line with the storm as it progresses. Like if we come back to the hour 7, you can see rotating. Even these out in front, rotating. It just it's all dependent on where the location is and if it's gonna happen. And when they initially fire, that's gonna be the greatest threat. If we look at dew points, which as the hours go on, it'll pull more moisture up, which will further elevate the tornadic risk further. Temperatures too in the area, right now you guys are seeing 80s, 90s, but as it sunsets and the storms move, those like kind of strong storms move up through here, it'll get a lot better. But I think there's gonna be the greatest threat, because that enhanced risk is down here. It's not up here. So most of this will be an overnight threat, unfortunately, which is the most dangerous threat. And you can see how more forming as it moves off. which is not uncommon. If we take a look at this, you can see there's a low pressure system right there. It'll form, and storms will just begin to fire. I think tomorrow will be the biggest threat, mainly because when this passes through, all this heat that the low pressure system is pulling up from the Gulf is gonna shove it over here, and as it moves up, it's gonna over here is that's why there's that 10%. That is the current threat for right now. Here's an overlook of everything. Day 3, it's gonna be most likely tornado and hail. It could all really. This is just gonna be. It's gonna be tornado. There's gonna be tornadoes. There's gonna be winds. There's gonna be hail. It's just depending on the location. But that is a severe weather center forecast update, and I will see you guys in the next one.